All right, we got 50 plus facts about hip hop. Of course, this is only small bites, bro. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Let's go ahead and check it out, bro. I'm gonna keep track of how many I know.
This video has over 50 facts about rappers and producers, plus some bonus.
Hey.
See how many of these you know, and leave a comment.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep track.
Favorite artist. Happy 50th anniversary to hip hop. Enjoy. Did you know this about J. Cole's love ballad, Wet Dreams, was originally meant to be on his debut album Cole World back in 2010, but decided to save it for later, ending up on his third album instead.
I actually didn't know that.
Because in this song, he said his first time was with a chick from math class, but 4 years earlier, on his Friday Night Lights mixtape, he said his first time was with a less innocent lady, and fans were pissed. Why do you even care? Have you heard this beat?
Literally, bruh. That's hard. And I did not expect this to be in short form like this.
To Pimp a Butterfly is actually hiding a secret, and it's right on the packaging. On the inside of the booklet that comes with the album, there's hidden braille etched into the paper. And transcribed, it unveils the true title of the album to be To Pimp a Butterfly, a Blank Letter by Kendrick Lamar, a subtitle similar to Good Kid. But the print got messed up, and instead it reads A Kendrick by Blank Letter Lamar. He truly was.
Yikes, man.
50.
Okay.
Did you know he produced these songs?
Hit boy. I didn't know that. That's hard. Knew that.
That shit great. That shit great. That shit great.
Want to? Knew that.
Extraordinary swag in the mouth full of gold.
Click. And all these bad bitches, man.
I don't think I knew that. Somehow.
Sun is down.
I knew that.
Cold. That's how we already know when it's here.
3.
I was riding around in the V12 with the rags in the middle.
Cause this beat right here was all like insane, bruh. Literally insane. Knew that too.
Kendrick have a dream.
So I guess that counts as like 5, or is it just that I know that he produced the song? I don't know. I'm not gonna like write any points down.
What was the date that Ice Cube had a good day? It's a question
Wasn't it January 12th?
people have been trying to answer for years now, and it first found one in 2012 where a comedian reverse engineered the lyrics to find the date to be January 20th, 1992. But upon checking, there were a bunch of errors, and a new date was proposed to be November 30th of 1988. But Cube has said time and time again that the date isn't real, guys. I just made it up, which really means we're getting close.
Not low key though.
Last week, fucked around and got a
And Coolio's signature song, Gangsta's Paradise, he actually freestyled the beginning bits, and while sitting on that, the rest of the lyrics just came rushing to him all at once, saying the song just wanted to be born. He also didn't like Amish Paradise, as he didn't give Al permission to do it, which it's apparently he didn't have to ask. But since then, Al now asks for permission directly to do covers. They did patch things up before his passing, but Cool always felt Al's version kinda made the original lose its meaning a bit, which was really wrong.
Nah, for real though. Okay.
What did DJ Khaled even do? This question comes up a lot, and I know he's not playing Roblox, so what's going on? Well, to put it simply, he's in the mafia. No, but he is a hit maker, as when making a project, he's the one that, using his influence, brings all his artist and producer friends together to make a song, and then an album. His albums as a whole are whatever, but 1 or 2 tracks from them usually stand out for a while.
Absolutely.
For parties and stuff. And with these numbers, there's gotta be some talent there, right?
Yep.
I know I get wow, wow, wow.
That one isn't one of my favorites, but pretty good. Great writing from Party Next Door too.
And Busta Rhymes, his verse on the Chris Brown song Look At Me Now had kids everywhere running out of breath, and according to Genius, he rapped 414 syllables in 50 seconds, which is a little over 8 syllables a second. This was a big for Rap God. This put him in the
It was.
bit, and people even made a Facebook page to see who could rap it. And Lil Wayne is right after. I'm so sorry, Wayne.
That's crazy. I think that definitely made Busta like mainstream for children that weren't around when he was like, you know, like really popping for real, you know? It's pretty crazy.
Did you know this about
Travis
Did you know Travis Scott used to have a $sign in his name, but removed it leading up to his debut album Rodeo? I know one of you just went, oh yeah. It was for many reasons. Marketing was simpler, it wasn't super easy to remember, but rumor goes it was to stop any more confusion with competitor A$AP Rocky. The stage name also being a mix of his two idols, Travis, which is his uncle's name, and Scott from Scott Mascuddy, aka Kid Cudi. And Migos.
I thought he removed it before Birds in the Trap, because I'm pretty sure on If You're Reading This Is Too Late, at first, when it first came out, it was Travis with a $sign. And that was not too long before Rodeo.
Rap shifting used to be trio from Atlanta. When starting out, you know what their original name was? It was Polo Club, because it really liked polo, not the water kind. Could you imagine Bougie coming out by Polo Club? And if
that'd be crazy.
Why Takeoff wasn't on B&B, it's because he was busy that session and just said, okay. He was taken off Slide though. Can we riot about
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Hip-hop 50.
Recipes take, man. Here we go.
You know the Beastie Boys album Licensed to Ill was the first hip-hop album ever to reach #1 on Billboard in 1986 and became the second rap album ever to go platinum.
I thought Will was the first to go up on Billboard, but maybe he was only the first to get a Grammy.
One of the greatest debuts of all time, the energy of the members, as well as a series of hits, helped to solidify its place in the emerging hip-hop scene.
Brass monkey, that funky monkey.
And fast forward 7 years, we emerged Wu-Tang Clan with their debut album Entered the Wu-Tang with their iconic single Cream.
Crazy, bro.
Titled Lifestyles of the Mega Rich, RZA, who produced the entire album, was sitting on the beat since 1989. Raekwon told RZA that he wanted to rap on it and to not give it to anyone else, and he kept his word. Wu-Tang also has the most expensive album ever sold, but I'm sure you guys don't care about that.
Fair.
Hip-hop 50.
Did you know this about... Kid Cudi's breakout hit Day and Night was major for bringing a slower, introspective side to hip-hop, with him taking inspiration from the Ghetto Boys song, Mind Playing Tricks on Me. It went on to inspire a ton of artists, but Cudi revealed in 2013, after recording the original, he went back into the studio and recorded a whole different version of the song, which you can hear on the intro to his mixtape. He was gonna release it as a bonus on his 4th album, but didn't happen, and to this day, remains unreleased.
Crazy.
The longest owner seems to freeze.
And Ludacris, you know,
that video was so hard too.
He's right. And he's actually made some pretty popular and good songs, including featuring on Justin Bieber's 2010 hit Baby, which according to Justin, he's only on it because they were both living in Atlanta at the time and they thought he'd be good. People don't talk about him much now, and although he's making movies, he can still hold his own.
He can, but he dropped a freestyle like maybe 2 months ago on Instagram, and I was like, yo, he still got it, bruh.
So funny, man. I mean, they went to space.
50.
Luda.
Did you know this about... The hit song See You Again, dedicated to late Fast and Furious actor Paul Walker, is technically speaking a Wiz Khalifa song featuring Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
But if you heard that and had no idea Wiz was even on it, well, you're not alone, because there's actually 2 versions of the song.
Yeah.
Secret, which excluded Wiz becoming the radio version. Wiz didn't even know about this and only found out years later, but he did come out crazy overall, with the song spending 12 weeks atop Billboard, tying the record Eminem set in 2002.
Wow. It took me so long to figure out that there was a second version.
Mac Miller was a unique figure in hip-hop, showing his love for it everywhere he went, doing tons of projects and mixtapes. He also had a ton of alter egos. He produced under the name
Larry Fisherman.
He made a fake band at one point, to even doing horrorcore for a bit.
Crazy, man.
It was in 2007 as Easy Mac with his breakout tape, But My
Easy Mac with the cheesy raps.
Tell them.
Hip-hop 50.
Did you know he produced these songs?
Rappers are monkey flipping with the rhythm I be kicking. Musician, inflicting composition.
Know you heard this before. Never get high.
I don't think I ever like thought about that, but it makes sense. Like it sounds like his production. I don't think I know that song.
Kill, I'm wondering why. It's a dirty game. Is any man worthy of fame? Must back it with your sleep. It's dangerous to dream. But your chain cats get they chip. You dead now. Kill us.
Rick Pitino, I take him to strip clubs.
I didn't know that.
Stack casinos, get all of you niggas scratched like Primo.
Yep.
hustlers I've met or dealt with direct. Is it true he stayed in beef and slept with a tap? What's up with
We go again. Hard.
50.
Isn't he counted as a feature on that song too?
Short for Refugees, this group, spearheaded by Lauryn Hill, would go on to become one of the biggest selling hip-hop acts of all time, partly due to their success of their cover song Killing Me Softly. Yeah, it's a cover. This would be the last song recorded for the album, and inspired by A Tribe Called Quest, originally, they wanted to flip it into an anti-drug and anti-poverty song, but the original songwriters refused. And switching to the Roots, you know, both of these groups are credited for incorporating live instruments into hip-hop, but it was the Roots that took it a step further and popularized the hip-hop band. And something to do that's pretty interesting is how they numbered their songs, as starting with their first album, each album after continues the numbering from where the last one left off. So since their first album ended at track 17, the next one starts at track 18. And with their latest record, they're on track 181. This album is gonna be huge once it's done.
Nah, for real. That's crazy.
Here's something you didn't know about. Did you know Outkast saved a company from bankruptcy?
What?
Andre 3000's hit song Hey Ya has a line in it that goes like this.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Hey, ya.
Because of the success of the song, Polaroid, who was already folded, got a boost in both interest and sales.
That's crazy.
The company had a bankruptcy for a bit, until 08 when they folded again.
Yikes. I didn't know that, man. That's pretty hard.
And the Black Eyed Peas, or should I say Black Eyed Peas, as originally when they started out, it was just the three of them. Will.i.am, and I know you don't know the other two.
Yeah, you know that.
The app. If I was lying, you know. In the beginning, they went by Black Eyed Peas.
True though.
Old school hip hop. But once adding Fergie to the group, they added the to their name and switched to more pop. This went until 2018 when Fergie left the group, and with that, a return to the old name. I wouldn't want to see two
crazy.
people. I don't know what they would do. Did you know he produced these songs?
You're on point five.
Pre-running.
You're on point five. Once again, you're on.
Yeah. Pre-life. Oh man. All right. Well.
Now you caught my heart for the evening. Kiss my cheek, move.
Crazy. That song crazy, bruh.
Touch this elephant. Operate the stand away at La Shice. I play the Xbox instead of
hard. I actually didn't know that. Wow. I didn't know that somehow. Cause I love that song, but I didn't know he produced that.
Here's something you didn't know about. Did you know X's debut song "Look at Me" was released all the way back in
2015
on SoundCloud, but didn't gain any popularity until 2 years later
when he was in jail.
He said he was showing X a couple of beats one day, but wasn't feeling any of them until the very last one, being this. It was originally meant for another rapper, but ironically, after they went to jail, Rojas gave it to X instead, and they went from there. It was even X's idea to deep fry it.
Hey, I bitch you was your mess. Hey, can't keep my dick in my pants. Hey.
And Juice WRLD, another SoundCloud rapper taken way too soon. A great freestyler and was super passionate about his music. And his diamond certified single Lucid Dreams is a great example of this. As on the Genius page for it, Juice actually took it upon himself to annotate almost everything here, talking about his state of mind and emotions he was feeling at the time while writing the song. He also got his name from the Tupac movie Juice. Imagine he took Tupac's character's name instead.
Right.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
It was the haircut.
50.
Did you know this about... When Tupac got released from jail in '95, he recorded over 50 tracks for his soon-to-be album All Eyes on Me, and while a lot of them would end up on the project, the rest would come out over time on his posthumous albums.
Makes sense.
And second, Biggie had a lot of hits, but one of his most iconic ones, Juicy,
it was all a dream,
almost never got made. Hard to believe, but he never actually liked the beat, even kinda hated it.
Wow.
Even after climbing the US rap charts, he still wasn't convinced, refusing to play it.
Thanks, man.
It was only after seeing crowd reactions of people going crazy is when he finally came around to it.
That's crazy, bro.
He just needed to be absolutely sure.
50.
Did you know this about... DMX, you know, the guy who did that show in front of the world. He had an album run that, at the time, was unmatched by anyone, as he became the first artist in history to debut at #1 5 times in a row on Billboard.
Crazy.
Artist. And switching to his friend Nas, an artist I feel doesn't get the respect he deserves, maybe because of his spotty catalog, but it wasn't always supposed to be this way. In fact, his third album was supposed to be so much more. Originally titled I Am Autobiography, this would have been a double-disc concept album with a story about life and death, but while working on it, the project got leaked online.
Yikes.
He and his team would split it.
They was leaking albums in the 90s, bro?
2 albums.
That's crazy, bro.
But as the reviews will show you, one good project turned into 2 mediocre ones.
Yikes.
Let's hope this doesn't spark one of the biggest beefs in hip-hop history.
Yikes.
Did you know this about... During the recordings for Mad Villainy, MF Doom and producer Madlib's collaboration project, Doom and Mad never really talked to each other much, as they were so in tune with what they were doing, they barely spoke. And if you're curious, they did work on a sequel project, but it never got finished.
Ah, man.
Just remember all caps when you spell the man name.
I know there's like some beats, but
stuff from Igor dates all the way back to 2013, specifically the track Gone Gone.
No way.
He made the outline for the beat while on tour for his album Wolf, but decided it didn't fit the sound of his next albums Cherry Bomb or Flower Boy. But while working on Igor, he decided it finally needed a home, and gave it there. No track.
Crazy. Nah, for real.
Except
Tyler be ahead of his time, man.
50.
Here's something you didn't know about.
Okay, something I don't know about. Yeah, right.
The track Empire
Try Me
was pitched to Jay-Z's company Rock Nation months before it came out, and his company initially declined for him, thinking Jay wouldn't like it. It was only after Jay finally heard it himself that they found out he actually loved it, and shortly after got to work. Thanks, guys.
Crazy, bro.
And for Kanye's fact, you might think it's music related, but did you know he almost had a TV show? Twice? The first was a show called A Little Inappropriate that would have been on HBO. It's like Curb, but with Kanye.
I think I knew about the second one.
Called Alligator Boots.
Yeah, I knew about that show. I didn't know about the first show.
Comedy.
Or maybe if I did, I forgot about it. But I knew about this.
Both would never see the light of day, and although at the moment Alligators is lost to time, the entire first show's pilot got leaked online. I'm gonna show you it all right now.
50.
Did you know they produced these songs?
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. When the pimp's in the crib,
You can hear it, man. Literally.
like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. When the
The studio session footage, bro. Oh my god. Crazy.
give it to me. Give me that funk, that nasty, that gushy stuff.
Yup. I actually didn't know this for so long. I had no idea that they produced this. Like when I was growing up watching the movie, but I learned that like maybe 2016. I was like, bruh, P made this?
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Yo, Missy and Timbo, one of the best producer rapper duos ever.
Down, flip it and reverse.
Like, come on, bro. Yup. Crazy. Yep. Ye had to get Timbo in there so the drums would hit, bruh.
50.
JPEG Mafia, aka Peggy, has been making music for a very long time. He's talked about how years ago he would release stuff online to no listeners, do shows where no one would show up, to now selling out.
I've seen some of the shows that he's done in like bowling alleys and bars and stuff, and when I tell you, bruh, mans was performing like there was 50 million people in front of him. It's crazy to see, bro.
And one of the sites that he would upload to would be Bandcamp. This site holds a special place in his heart, as even after signing to a major label, he has it in his contracts to release his stuff online as he pleases. And he takes this a step further by having different versions and artwork for the stuff he releases here.
Call a capital free agent, cap the salary, free up my team.
Hard.
And Danny Brown, friend of Peggy and another person who's been making music for a long time before getting noticed. Music is his main gig, but maybe you didn't know that he's also a streamer. He streams on Twitch and Instagram from time to time, and he's actually previewed songs from his albums here.
I don't think I've ever caught one of his streams.
Compiled of songs that he's played on Twitch in 2018 called the Twitch EP, just diddlies and uncleared samples. He was playing Persona 5 when this happened, so Minecraft stream next?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Did you know Dr. Dre's biggest song, Still DRE, wasn't even written by him? It was actually written by
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, who wrote everything, even Snoop Dogg's part. He did the whole thing in about 20 minutes. They both said, yeah, this is fire.
Crazy. I feel like Jay-Z low-key single-handedly ended the whole East Coast, West Coast beef thing that was going on. To be honest, bruh.
And
to be honest,
man, what can you say about this guy? He's cousins with Ray J, you know, the guy who made Raycons, among other things. Yeah. He also has a ton of nicknames, which is including, but not limited to, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Lion, Big Snoop Dogg, Dogfather, Snoop Rock, Snoopzilla, DJ Snoopadelic, and Phase Snoop, just to name
crazy.
Yeah, he be gaming.
He do.
Fuck! 50.
Did you know this about... Did you know Rocky's debut single, Peso, was actually leaked online originally? And
really?
Somehow found its way to Hot 97 radio. Little upset, but he decided to roll with it and make a music video for the track, and would eventually find its home on his first ever mixtape, Live Love ASAP.
Hard. Top beats.
Berg, you know a song playing, Jane.
Ride with the mob.
And you might even know the remix with Nicki Minaj.
The whole album is amazing.
But did you know this official remix was at one point going to be unofficial? Originally meant to be on Lil Wayne's dedication series of mixtapes, but after playing it for Ferg, he and Nicki both decided, hey, let's just make this real. Juicy J was also supposed to have a verse, and you could hear
that would have been hard.
At the beginning of the video, but that never got released. Hashtag free Juicy.
That would have been so hard, bro.
50.
Here's something you didn't know about. 50 Cent's signature track, In the Club, was originally meant for Eminem's rap group D12, but they weren't.
Really?
50 got a hold of it and did his verses in 45 minutes. And when choosing the lead single for the album, a toss between this or If I Can't, at the voting session, 50 apparently nudged them under the table to vote for the former. Speaking of
That's crazy.
He has a ton of iconic tracks himself, but one in particular, his coining the term Stan, was supposed to be different, specifically the last verse.
Gotta go. I'm almost at the bridge now.
M actually recorded an even crazier take, but when he wanted to redo his last lines, he told his engineer at the time to just erase that part. But as M allowed smoking in the studio, he was kinda high out of his mind and accidentally erased the whole verse.
Yikes.
Has a little less energy than he would have liked. As for the engineer, I think the dude got hit with the "Don't call us, we'll call you."
Yeah, cause that's crazy, bruh.
Here's something you didn't know about. Referred to as a queen of rap, Missy has a ton of hits under her belt, but one of her biggest came in 01 with Get Your Freak On.
Crazy. I'm listening to this this edit Disaffected did of that because I didn't hear it before. Heard it like 2 weeks ago. I can't stop playing it, bro.
Super addictive track.
So hard.
Before all that, the track starts with this.
これからみんなでめちゃくちゃ踊って騒ごう騒ごう.
It's Japanese and translates to everyone start dancing together wildly now. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise. Again, at the end.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. But from one queen to another is Nicki Minaj, also referred to as the queen of rap.
True.
Different kingdoms, I guess.
Yeah.
Her hit Anaconda, the track I'm sure was an awakening for millions of people, was actually meant for Missy Elliott, but instead
No way.
Nicki. It went through 27 different versions, and when it finally came out, it got 20 million views on day one.
It did. And it's so crazy to think about because I remember when that dropped and everything. It was so controversial and like crazy. And it's just like, bro, she walked so that Peaches and Eggplant's Sexy Red and Lotto remix could like literally sprint
sure they were all
crazy,
for
bro.
educational purposes.
1000%.
Hip-hop 50.
Did you know this about... One of Drake's most iconic albums came in 2016 with the release of Views. Originally titled
Highly anticipated.
26, he would release some songs before reworking it into what we got. But one point of memeage came with the cover art, a picture of the CN Tower in his home of Toronto. But if you notice, well, there he is, sitting at the top. Now, you don't know, he's photoshopped in.
Yeah, you can tell.
And in order to see Drake from this angle, he would have to be almost 12 feet tall. God.
Crazy, bro.
And switching to his partner in crime, 21 Savage, he's done a lot as well, including his 2018 song of the same name, featuring J. Cole. Depending on the version you got, as due to a mix-up, Cole's verse was missing from physical versions, but...
Oh, what?
And if you're wondering, he says the phrase a lot, a total of 49 times, which is...
Not as many as I thought.
A lot.
Hip-hop 50.
Did you know he produced these songs?
I hate that people call this TikTok music now, bro. It sucks. I was just playing this today. Literally.
Fade to black, the soundtrack to another night. It's the music of the rain and the city lights. Feel no
Hip-hop 50.
Here's something you didn't know about. Lil Wayne's 2008 release, The Carter 3, is a staple for hip-hop, but did you know before it came out, some of the tracks got leaked? Where have we heard that before? But instead of scrapping the whole project, Wayne decided to release the leaked songs as an EP, so fans could have seen quality versions of these songs to rock to before the album came out.
That's hard. Honestly, bro, Playboi Carti should take a lot of notes. A lot of notes.
And Future had a rough time in 2014 as his friend and producer DJ Esco got caught in a
Free Esco
for having marijuana on him and was sent to jail in the country, spending
56 nights,
6 days behind bars. This was a problem as Esco had a ton of unreleased Future music they were supposed to release. He eventually got out, and once he was free, they immediately linked and made the mixtape 56 Nights with the name, cover art, and release date all coming from Esco's time in jail. He also learned everything there. No thanks to you.
I never knew that, like when I first listened to it, but I learned the story probably like 3 years later. Something like that.
50.
Did you know he produced these songs?
Just Blaze.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly.
I miss when Ye and Just Blaze were friends.
Girls, 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 I do adore.
Yo, put Compton, ain't no city quite like mine. Bump it up.
That beat is so hard too.
It's a little too late to say that you're sorry now.
Crazy, that makes sense.
I was down, but what you say just don't
really beam it, really miss. What's really good? Bike's really a team it.
As we proceed to give you what you need.
Worst nightmare, it's my first night here, and this girl.
I love how his production style is so like over the top, man. It's amazing.
One of Playboi Carti's biggest songs is a song that isn't even out, or his.
Literally.
His young nudie song,
Pissy Pamper,
aka Kid Cudi.
Yes,
Carti's crazy infectious hook. People clearly loved it, but wonder why it never came out. Well, the reason
sample didn't clear.
Clearance, as the boys just couldn't get the rights to use the sound you hear throughout the track. They just didn't want to.
Sucks, bro.
And switching to Uzi, back in Dante planted a 10 pink diamond right in the middle of the forehead that was saved up for since 2017. Being inspired by Steven Universe, Lil Uzi said if the diamond isn't removed properly, it's fatal. But during a performance at Rolling Loud while crowd surfing, it was ripped off of their forehead.
Yeah.
Still owns it. See, this is why we use boats now.
Crazy, bro.
50.
Here's something you didn't know about.
Okay.
Skepta helped re-bridge the gap between US and UK rap with his 2016 album Konnichiwa, but a lot of people don't know that he's also a producer and was the sole producer
DJ too.
His and A$AP Rocky's 2018 smash hit Praise the Lord, which is now sitting at over 1 billion streams on Spotify.
I had a billion?
The sample you hear throughout the track is actually just a stock sound in GarageBand.
Yeah.
I praise the Lord and break the law. I take
crazy, bro.
And moving to Dave, yeah, that's his whole name, another UK icon. He's been crushing it with Central C recently, but it's a second album that's kind of interesting, titled We're All Alone in This Together, which he got from a conversation he had with movie composer Hans Zimmer, and the cover being a reference to this painting saying the two people in the boat represent him and his mom, looking for a better life in the UK. See guys, it's not just these bars.
Hip-hop 50.
Did you know he produced these songs?
Metro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account.
Give me something from 2014. Old Metro is underrated. Bro, been fire.
Jumpin', them boys up to something. You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations.
beautiful morning. Yeah, the sun on my morning bed. Percocet, yeah. Miley Percocet, yeah. Miley Percocet.
Last night took a L, but tonight I bounce back. Wake up every morning, by the night I count stacks.
All this money and this pain got me hard.
Crazy.
Hip-hop 50.
Here's something you didn't know about.
Okay.
One of Tribe's signature songs was made in a basement. According to late member Fire Dog, he recalled coming home one day and heard member Q-Tip in the basement making the beat to the song Electric Relaxation from their album Midnight Marauders. He didn't even say hi to his family. He instantly went downstairs and they both said, "Yo!" and got to work. And on the
That's
song,
funny.
they were both right to it, but when recording, actually swapped lines with each other, i.e. saying each other's rhymes.
That's crazy. I didn't know that part.
And De La Soul, friends of Tribe,
What is
their classic album 3 Feet, but you probably know them as the feature on the Gorilla song Feel Good Inc., which is funny because they almost weren't even on it. That day's session was to work on another Gorilla song, Kids with Guns, but Maceo, one of the members, said it didn't feel like a collab between them. It felt forced. And after some smoke and tequila, they found an early version of Feel Good Inc. and got to work. Feels good, man.
Real.
Hip-hop 50.
And last up we have the group that would help bring this genre to the mainstream. Sugar Hill Gang's 1979 song Rapper's Delight would be the first song to have the first ever recorded use of the word hip-hop in a song.
Crazy.
Recorded in one take and samples Chic's Good Times, the producer on it, Sylvia Robinson, would work on this and the song The Message by Grandmaster Flash, another landmark hip-hop track. In the years following, this song would be included in numerous lists, including being inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2014. But even cooler was 3 years earlier, where it was preserved into the National Recording Registry in 2011, culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. And 50 years later, I don't think anyone who's contributed to this genre thought it would become what it is today.
Literally, bro.
Tribe and Cardi to Dre, I'm excited to see where it'll go from here. To every artist and listener alike, happy 50 years of hip hop.
Hey, W video, bro. I definitely have seen a few of these just like on shorts. Because it's like, oh wow, Bites has shorts. You know. But pretty hard, man. Glad to check this out, bro. W compilation. You love to see it, man.